What's goody in the hoodie? It's your boy ADHD. And so recently I've had a computer, right, for a while now, and I've had a mouse and keyboard. Now, one of the things about mouse and keyboard is that while many games are adapted to be played with mouse and keyboard for the best efficiency, some games aren't really adapted for that kind of controller input, right? So, or input device. So, for example, games like Rocket League, 2K20, or 2K22, games, sports games, hockey games, games like that that require a feasible amount of left stick and right stick motion, right? So here I decided to buy a small controller for my computer. And here we have is the Easy SMX Gamer's Choice controller. Here's the box. It's very simple. I don't know what this is. What is that? Like a flame? I'm guessing it's supposed to be like a flame. Here's the box. Very simple, nothing crazy. I did already open it here, but I didn't actually look inside. So we're gonna open this up and see what we get. Okay, so off rip, we get quite a lot in the box. We have the input signal receiver, which is this USB item right here. This basically, I'm guessing, allows the controller to be read via Bluetooth. We had this little LED, which I'm assuming turns on if it's connected or paired or whatnot. This is a button, right? Nope, doesn't do anything. You don't press that, I guess. And now for the final thing, the actual controller itself. Now, it didn't come in any plastic wrapping, which is kind of a bummer, or paper, I should say. But first, we got the manual. Obviously, you get some contents. All right. Cool. So here, once again, we have like contents, controller, USB input for Bluetooth, and the manual. So one of the things that I'm noticing with this controller is that it's basically an Xbox 360 controller, just kind of changed around a little bit to kind of make it sort of unique and sort of its own thing, which is not too bad. Honestly, as far as design goes, if you can just set it down here and kind of look at it, I am really enjoying the design of this controller. I am really liking this. This is honestly not a very badly designed controller. I've seen worse. It looks kind of cool, actually, with the blue lining and the grip. We get this kind of tactile grip here for playing, which isn't much considering it's only here. So you're gonna play, you're gonna grip it around here, which is not too bad, but okay. If this is the camo, I guess, edition is what it's called. It's very camouflagey, almost like the Xbox One Battle Camo original controllers, which if you've ever seen that, that's basically that. I'll put a picture on screen. It's not really visible, but if you look closely in the light, it is pretty cool. I mean, it's cool, why not? It doesn't hurt. So off the jump, like I said, it's a 360 controller. Of course, it looks a little different. It's not exactly the same, but we have one thing that I cannot help but notice. We have this button that says turbo. Now, what the hell is a turbo button? Well, on the manual, on the Amazon screen, I'm sorry, when you buy this controller, it shows a picture of what seems to be a guy lasering some guy in a game, and it basically says it improves performance and accuracy and speed. I don't know how that necessarily would work, or how that's supposed to work, or how it does it, but I guess we'll try it out. So here we have very much 360 style triggers. One thing I like is they're very springy, if you can hear that. Very springy, very loud. Not the greatest controller triggers, but for what it is, pretty cool. Very square. Like I said, very 360-esque. This right bumper and left bumper is very small, considering it's something maybe like an Xbox One or even a 360 controller, or even a PS4, PS5. But it's cool. Very clicky. They clearly adopted the whole 360 D-pad, which is honestly not bad, considering I will be pretty much playing Rocket League with this kind of configuration, which is cool. And we have the Y, B, X, and A, literally the same thing as the 360. Start, select. We have clickable analog sticks. They move. It's a very plasticky feel on the top. There is no rubber, as opposed to an Xbox official controller, but that's okay. And then we have, of course, the power button, which powers it on and it turns on like that. Obviously, it came with batteries installed, which is kind of cool. That's what it says anyways. It does require 2 AA batteries from the back, which you can open like this. Again, like a 360 controller. I've said that many times, but it's true. It came with 2 batteries inside, which are energizers, which is kind of cool. I'm very happy about that. And then it just pops back in like here, and you just snap it in. So overall, the feel, the tactile grips, it feels very good. It's very plasticky, but at the same time, most controllers are made of plastic anyways. It's more reinforced plastic, but they're plastic in general, period. And for 20 bucks, you are probably not going to get anything better, considering this is a wireless controller for 20 smacking dollars. This is an absolute steal. There are no pro features, I guess. No trigger, back triggers, no trigger stops. I mean, if you count the turbo, then yeah, but I don't know what that does yet. I'm still trying to find that out. But I'm going to be playing some games on this controller, and we're going to see how exactly it fares in those games, because obviously it's one thing for me to say it's good, it looks good, but how does it actually play? So we have our trusty USB connector here. We're going to plug that in our computer, and we're going to see how that fares. All right, so here we are in Minecraft. Now, one thing I will say is that this controller has one feature that I really like off the jump that is not even actually for games, or it related to games, but not for any specific game. You can press the middle button as usual, and it brings up your feed for all things pretty much Xbox, or just things from your computer in general. It'll bring, I don't know if you can see this on screen, for some reason it's not capturing it, but you have your kind of like when you press Windows G and all the options come up for your Xbox, your friends, things like that. I can invite people, I can change my audio, I can click A and change things around as I please with the D-pad. It's very, very interesting. I did not know that we would do that, but here we are in Minecraft, obviously. Now, one thing also is that normally when you plug in a Bluetooth controller, the mouse technically usually goes away. But as you can see, it's clearly here on screen, which is kind of nice. You can still use both, kind of. As you can see, I'm using both. But we're going to remove that for now, and we're going to try to load up a new world of Minecraft to test it out. I'm going to call this controller. So off jump, I have noticed something. You cannot type with this controller. You have to plug in a keyboard to type at all, which makes sense, but okay, that's a little funky, so we'll be back. Alright, so we are back with our keyboard, and we are going to name this world Controller. I think that's how you spell controller, I am not sure. Alright, move this to the side, turn it off, and create our new world. Okay, we're going to play in survival. So, we're here. So already I'm noticing the sensitivity is a little down, so we're going to up that. I doubt that has anything to do with the actual controller itself. So we can see here, we can go to controller, and we can actually map all these things for our controller. As you can see, I can change sensitivity, things like that. And that's pretty cool. Hide controller cursor, a button. We can actually map the button. So I can map this to X, or I can map this back to A, and then this back to X. So that's pretty cool. That is actually very unique. Now, that's obviously from Minecraft. I don't think every game might support that, but if it does, that's cool. Here we are. We're actually playing Minecraft with a controller. Now, this is actually very responsive. I'm noticing almost little to no hiccups. With this, I pretty much would honestly say this is a very responsive and very feasible tool for video games if you want to play on a controller. Obviously, Minecraft is not a controller only style game. You can definitely use a keyboard and mouse, but for games like Rocket League, maybe Forza, something like that, this would definitely, maybe racing games, this is not a bad option. And coming in at only $21.99, this is honestly one of the best things that I've seen on offer as far as wireless controllers. Now, like I said before, this is a PC, PS4, and PS5, and maybe Switch, I think, only. This does not support Xbox One or Xbox Series X/S. This will not work for that, so just a heads up, this will not work for your Xbox, because Xbox has a proprietary Bluetooth connection which is why most Xbox accessories that are wireless do in fact cost a little more. But for a wireless controller, this is not too bad. I am very pleased. So you get the idea. I'm not going to finish this, but you get the idea. It works. It's very functional. The triggers are very springy, very, I wouldn't say cheaply made, but there's definitely a cheap spring inside. And this controller might be very prone to drift, joystick, hey little guy, oh you're dead, joystick drift and that sort of thing. I'm not sure. Wow, that's a big tree. I've just had this controller for like an hour. Dang, that's a big tree, holy shit. But overall, I am very pleased with this controller. It's very nice, it's very tactile. For $21.99, like I said, you cannot really beat that. For most controllers out there, they're $60, $70. And like I said, you know, this is not the be-all end-all of keyboards or mouses. I'm just saying this is a controller for people who want to play Rocket League, maybe Minecraft, maybe like sports games like 2K, or maybe hockey games like NHL, games that are very stick dependent, or maybe even like flight games or racing games, things like that. You get the point, you get the lingo. Anyways guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope you found this interesting. I will leave a link in the link below, in the description below, for an Amazon buy, so you can buy this for yourself if you so choose. And yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and peace out.